Hi, I'm Chris, and we're here for the next of our Getting to Know series of videos. I'm here with Megan, and we're going to be speaking to Charlotte today. So, as normal, Megan will be asking a lot of questions. I will ask a couple as we go along. So, Meg, over to you.
So, Charlotte, we're going to kick it off with our first question, which is just tell us who you are, what you do, and how long you've been involved with changes.
So I'm Charlotte, and I'm a wellness coach for the young persons team. So that means I do workshops for them where we teach them about mental health. I do support groups for them, and I do parental training as well to teach parents about mental health. I got involved with changes in 2019. I remember I was just looking for a volunteer experience because I knew I wanted a job in mental health or just helping people. So I remember just putting in Google mental health places in Stoke, and changes came up. And I found out about the OCN, which is their course they do for volunteers. So I did that. I did that from October to March, and then I started volunteering for the adult service. So I would help out with a meeting, coordinate a meeting. Um, I also did some volunteering with the young person service with Megan, but I think we did that for just like a month, didn't we? And then the pandemic happened. Um, so since 2019, I've been involved, and now I work as a wellness coach.
So, you said you knew you wanted to work with people, you wanted to help people work in mental health. Tell me a bit more about that.
Um, I've always felt like I've wanted like a purpose in my job. I felt like if I didn't have a purpose, then I just wouldn't ever want to go. So I always knew I wanted to help people in some way, but didn't really know how. So I did my psychology degree because I knew that was about people. And then I did loads of volunteering, like I volunteered at a disability charity for children. What else did I do? I volunteered at Harplands. um, I got a job working as a support worker for people with disabilities. I also worked as a care assistant at a care home. Um, and then I came to Changes and got this. And yeah, I think I've settled now on mental health. That's what I want to do. And Changes has really helped that because I've really enjoyed volunteering and working here.
So, is that kind of something that's in your family? Are you quite people of service, or is that just something you've just always known you want to do to help other people?
Yeah, so my dad, he just works in a shop, so he's never really been interested in helping people. He always says he wouldn't have the patience for it. My mom used to work at a nursery. So yeah, no like mental health experience. But yeah, that's just what I've always wanted to do. I know me grandma had schizophrenia, so that was in my life for a while, and she had depression as well. Um, and I had friends as well struggling with mental health. So yeah, that's kind of where I started wanting to go into it because I had people struggling around me. So yeah.
So, a lot of the staff at Changes have previously struggled with their own mental health. Is this something that you've ever struggled with?
It's interesting because when I just throughout my life, I've never really felt like I have struggled, but now I look back at like school and things, I know how much I struggled with like anxiety and things. Like overall, especially now, I am, mentally well. I'm doing well. Um, but yeah, no, anxiety has definitely been a big one. So I know the children that come to me with like anxiety and things, I definitely can relate to that.
Yeah, I was going to say, does that experience influence the way you work now, knowing that you didn't really recognize that at the time?
Yeah, definitely. And it's nice because obviously so many of the children we get are so like struggling with anxiety and so quiet and not confident. And I know that that was me when I was younger. I was scared to talk to people and had no confidence, and would hide my face at school. So I know that I can relate to those children that come and say that to me. So yeah, it helps with it.
So, you talked about your dad saying he wouldn't have the patience to do what you do.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this role in a global pandemic. What has been difficult about it?
Um, I suppose it's difficult not actually being with them when they are really struggling. When we're dealing with risk and things, it's hard not to be with them because you're scared that they're just going to switch off the Zoom, and you don't really know what to do. Apart from obviously call the parents, but then you're worried about not getting through. And so that's a stressful part of the job, working on Zoom. But there are pros and cons to it. Like, I think a lot of the children feel more comfortable being in their environment. So that's been helpful for them, I think.
And what do you love about your role?
I think just their like realization on their face that they're not alone and that it's normal. When you teach them something as well to help them, and then they come back the next week like, oh, that actually worked. That's really nice that you've actually been able to help. So yeah, that's definitely my favorite part of the job. Their realization that there's things that can help them and they're not on their own.
Yeah, no, I agree. So what are your wellness tools? What has helped you in a global pandemic and a national lockdown?
Well, I've always said I think my main wellness tool is my family, because we always make time to spend time together, always have tea together whenever we can, we're not working. And every night we always have a cup of tea and watch something together before we go to bed or before we go and do something else. So I think that's my main wellness tool, having that connection every night, even though we're just sitting together for an hour, not really talking that much, watching a show. It's that connection that we're having. Because I've had friends who, two people in the same household could be watching the same show, but in different rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And that just sounds so lonely to me. So I think that's my main wellness tool. Also, I really like dancing. I'm not very good at it, but I like going on YouTube, doing dances. So yeah, I've definitely done a lot more of that in lockdown because I've had more time. And yeah, spending time with me rabbit as well, because I've got a rabbit. So
Tell us about your rabbit.
so my rabbit's called Fudge. So basically I got him. I've never wanted a rabbit before, but when I worked at the care home, a staff member just found him in her garden, and he's not like a wild rabbit or anything. But she just found him. She put all over Facebook, or is this anyone's rabbit? Nobody came forward, and we had like a chicken coop in the care home that we weren't using, so we just put him in there thinking, someone will come forward or someone will have him. And 6 months went by and he was just on his own, and I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I've got to have him. So I ended up having him. So I've had him since September.
Cutest rabbit in the world.
He is cute. He's got his he's being neutered on Monday, so that's nerve-wracking. But yeah, I want to get him a friend eventually, a girlfriend, so that needs to be done.
Oh, that'll be absolutely lovely. He gets treated like a child, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. He's spoilt rotten. Spoilt. He's got his own room. And when my brother moves out in 6 months, he's going to have my bedroom. And I'm going to move into my brother's room because it's bigger. So yeah, he's going to have a whole room as his bedroom. Lucky thing.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. The best wellness tool. So moving away from wellness, if you could have any job in the world that was nothing to do with mental health, or I'm not going to say helping people because no, just nothing to do with mental health, what would you do?
Oh, that's hard. Because mental health is what I want to do, so that is hard. But I suppose I'd go into video editing because I know I'm good at it, and that is a path that I considered. But the reason I didn't go down that path is because I like it as a hobby. My escape time to do something else. But yeah, I like video editing.
So what sort of video editing?
So it's kind of hard to explain what I do. People really don't understand it. But I make kind of so say I've got a character that I like from a show or a movie, I'll make a tribute video to them with instrumental music, and I'll put all their clips together showing their journey. And yeah, it's called fan videos. Yeah, so that's what I do. And it doesn't have to be about a character, it can be about a couple from a show or just a show in general. Yeah, so I put that on YouTube.
I love that. And has anyone that you've ever made one of these videos about ever watched it?
Oh yeah, I have had quite a few. Not really famous. Oh, I did. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of it. There's a show called Westworld.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't watch it anymore, but I made one for the first season, and there's this character called William in the show, and he retweeted it. So yeah, that's been one. And there has been a couple others as well, but not like super famous, I don't think.
That's amazing. I think if someone made a video about me one day, imagine, I would definitely be retweeting it everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
2 minutes of my face. Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, so I mean, we've covered quite a few things you enjoy doing, but have you got any other hobbies? Anything you enjoy doing in your spare time?
What do I like to do? Well, obviously watching me shows. I need that for me editing. So yeah, I watch a lot of like American TV series. That's like my main hobby. I do that most of the time. Whenever I'm having lunch or something, I'll just stick on an episode. So yeah, that editing, dancing, playing with fudge. I used to draw and paint quite a lot, but not anymore. I've just kind of gone off it. But yeah, I'm still creative and I still like it. I just don't do it very much.
Yeah, you're a super creative person, aren't you?
Hmm.
What are you currently watching?
Oh, what am I currently watching? Me, my mum and my dad have been watching this show called The Killing. It's about this young girl that was murdered, and it's basically just finding out who murdered her. You know, them type of crime shows. And yeah, I don't usually watch a lot of them, but it is quite good. I'm enjoying it. I've also just finished Money Heist, which is really good. That's a Spanish show, but it's amazing. Yeah, I just want to watch it all again. So I love that. And what else am I watching? Try and think. I'm still watching Grey's Anatomy. I'm always rewatching that. I love me Grey's Anatomy.
Are you a rewatcher?
When I've got nothing else to watch, like if I can't find the show I want to watch, then I'll stick on like Grey's or something. I can always stick that on, or Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I can always stick an episode of that on, and I'll be happy. So yeah. Oh, I've also been watching a show called Atypical on Netflix. Yeah, so I'm on season 3 of that. I'm watching that on my own. So yeah, and they're only like half an hour, so I can just stick them on my break. It's perfect.
So you watch loads of different shows at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
that's
I'll be watching them with different people and things. Like I will watch Atypical on my own. When my brother's out, I'll watch a show with me mum and me dad, and we'll watch The Killing. So we'll all watch different things basically. And like my brother hates crime shows, so that's why we're not watching that with him. So yeah, I know that when I'm not around, they watch Game of Thrones without me.
So you don't watch Game of Thrones?
I do, but I've seen it like twice already. So
Okay. Oh,
yes, I definitely watch Game of Thrones. Daenerys on my wall.
Oh wow, I love that. Oh, so it's quite a sport, isn't it? It's quite an organised sport for you.
Oh, it is. I've got like an app. It's called TV Show Time, and it logs how long you've watched TV shows for. And mine's, I think it's like 2 years or something, or like a year, something like that. Do you want me to find out? Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm interested now. Let me find out what it is. It's quite embarrassing, really. Okay, it's not 2 years. I was exaggerating. It's 11 months.
I mean, that's
Still a lot. Yeah. But I've
Oh.
been watching shows since I was like 5. Like I remember at Halloween rushing home to watch Buffy. So my mum's just stuck these shows on for me, and I've grown up loving them. So
Do you ever find yourself start consuming yourself in the world of what you're watching? So like when I was watching Bridgerton, I would put on lacy clothes and long skirts and say some nicer words.
I don't know if I get that dedicated.
You don't go around staking vampires then?
No, I don't do that. No, but I used to. I don't really do it anymore. But I used to have like a Twitter account that was like a fan account for like TV shows, and I used to just tweet about them all the time. And I've still got it. I just don't really use it very much. So yeah, I was obsessed in that kind of way. I'd just tweet about it. I'd have my icon as Buffy or something, or Daenerys, and I just tweet about it all day.
I love that. Would you ever love to work in TV and film?
Um, Not really. I don't know. Like I wouldn't feel the purpose that I get in working in mental health.
Yeah.
Even though obviously TV does have a purpose because it's an escape, isn't it? But yeah, I wouldn't feel the same way.
So you do really feel like you're doing your dream job at the minute?
Yeah, definitely. I'm loving it, and I don't want to leave.
I love that. I love that. That's amazing.
In
Where is your favourite place in the world?
the world, it's funny. The first thing that popped into my head was the cinema. Literally anywhere in the world, just the cinema. View Cinema in Newcastle, to be exact. It's just perfect, and I don't know if you've ever been,
Yeah.
but they've got Subway on one side, they've got Pizza Hut on the other. So you walk in, it's just all these smells coming at you. You got popcorn smell.
I'm getting sad thinking about
It's
it. I miss
it's
it
just
so
a
much.
dream. It's just a dream. Oh, I love View Cinema.
Odeon once upon a time. So
I think I've been Odeon like once in my life, never again.
What do you order when you go to the cinema? Do you get popcorn, drink?
I never get a drink because I'm weird and I only drink water. So like my partner will be like, "Oh, do you want me to get you a Coke or anything or a slushie?" And I'll be like, "No, I'm fine with me bottled water, thanks." But yeah, I'll get popcorn. I used to have the pick and mix, but now I'm vegetarian and I don't know what's vegetarian, so I can't anymore. But I do love sweets, so but yeah, mainly just popcorn.
Are you someone who sneaks in your own sweets?
Oh yeah, go taking maybe some Maltesers or some minstrels. And weirdly, I have sneaked in grapes and apples and just to feel healthier. And my partner calls me weird. He's like, "You're supposed to be treating yourself with the cinema." I'm like, "I like an apple."
I like an apple. And you've taken a blanket into the cinema?
No, I haven't. So I've never done that. Never
You're
done
missing
that.
out. You're
Oh,
missing
clearly
out.
I am. I need to try that next time I go.
Aside from the cinema, what are you looking forward to when life kind of resumes some form of normality?
I think I'm mainly just looking forward to seeing my friends, just going for a meal or something, catching up. And it's funny because before lockdown, I don't feel like we saw each other very much anyway. But I feel like now we've had lockdown, we're going to be scheduling more stuff because it's made us realize how much we do miss seeing each other and things like that. Yeah, I think it's mainly that. Seeing my partner as well, obviously. Maybe going on holiday with him. Yeah, seeing my friends.
If you had 6 months left to live,
Oh
God forbid,
God.
and you could do anything with your time, no money constraints, no nothing, you could do absolutely anything, what would you do?
I don't know. What would I do? Well, I'd go on some holidays. No point having me savings now. So I'd go on some holidays. I know me and my partner want to go to Dubrovnik in Croatia.
That's random. Tell me about that.
the Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, they filmed Game of Thrones there, and also it's really beautiful as well. So yeah, we want to go there. We want to go Italy because I've never been. So Italy. Want to go Switzerland as well. So we just go everywhere if you can.
Travel.
Use all my savings. But I mean, I still like this job, so I'd probably still want to be doing this as well. Yeah, just travel. There's no point having your savings, is there, if you're gonna die? So
So you'd want to see the world.
yeah, but I'm not one of those people who like wants to travel like really far and things like Australia and Thailand and all these places far away. I'm like, no, Europe's fine with me. It's close. Don't have to do long flights.
Yeah, I love that. Do you read?
See, I never used to read, but since lockdown and since getting Fudge, I have been doing more because when I sit with Fudge, I can't really do very much. So I either just go on my phone or do some reading. But I don't really enjoy reading. It's kind of I'm forcing myself because I want to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because I'm such like a visual person and I just end up daydreaming as I'm reading. I'm like, Charlotte, you've just missed the entire page. Go back.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I get that. Do you listen to podcasts?
No, I don't do that either because I just end up daydreaming because I need that visual, but I
Yeah.
do watch a lot of like educational videos, you know, videos to improve your life, to improve your morning routine, to, you know,
So basically podcasts but with pictures.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, with podcasts I just end up daydreaming. I can't focus.
Yeah.
But I've always been very like that. Even with like uni, I've always had to do like mind maps to remember the information, to visualize it and see it.
Do you have a favourite film? That must be the hardest question in the world for you.
Yeah, oh, it must be. But I have to pick Titanic because when I was younger, my mum would just put Titanic on for me, and she said it would keep me good for 3 hours. She'd get all the cleaning done. She'd sit me on a beanbag, and I just watched Titanic for 3 hours. And she literally said some of my first words were Jack, Rose, and boat. Literally, because I'd watch it all day. And it's quite weird that a baby liked Titanic, but I still love it today, even though I haven't watched it in a couple of years.
It's got an amazing soundtrack though, hasn't it? So I bet that would entertain a young.
Yeah. What else do I like? Star Wars. I love the Star Wars movies. I love the Terminator movies. Anything that's sci-fi, Inception, Interstellar, anything sci-fi I will love probably. Yeah,
So
so I love
do
them.
some things that are fantasy.
Yeah, yeah. But I've never liked like Lord of the Rings or anything like that. Well, actually, I say that I've only watched like one movie and then I didn't like any more. And like Harry Potter as well, I watched two and I was like, this is boring. Let's put on Star Wars again. So yeah, but yeah, a lot of sci-fi stuff. And I love a good romance as well.
Yeah. On that, I mean, it's not really on that, but kind of. What's your star sign, and do you believe in star signs and horoscopes?
I'm a Sagittarius, and no, I definitely do not believe in them. I think that horoscopes are just designed to fit everyone so everyone can relate to them. And like people have said to me, oh, maybe if you don't relate to Sagittarius, you relate to your sun sign or your moon sign. And I'm like, you just try and make me believe. I don't.
You're quite adamant at that, aren't you? So, I mean, just to give you a little fact about Sagittarius, most serial killers are Sagittarius.
Oh God. Oh God. I know we were talking about personality types the other day, weren't we?
We were.
I think like Hitler is an INFJ.
Yeah. Hitler and Osama bin Laden.
I know it's not good. And like
INFJ, sorry.
Go on, Charlotte.
well, there's this personality test. It's called Myers-Briggs, and it's like 16 different types. And me and Megan are an INFJ, so that means we're an introvert. It means we use our intuition. It means that we use our feelings. So that means we're very in touch with our feelings instead of like thinking.
They
And
did this on
then
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, didn't they? Once upon a time, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and then the J means like we're very organized and structured, which I definitely am. So yeah, and I know like certain TV characters like Joe from You is an INFJ. I'm like, God, this isn't painting me to look good.
I know. Yeah, and when Hitler came up, I thought, great, fantastic.
know.
But our personality type makes up only 1% of the population with a
Yeah,
rare
apparently,
one,
yeah, so
which is great if it's a Hitler personality type, really. It's like not,
yeah, that's probably best. But there obviously are a lot of nice INFJs.
You mentioned that you're a vegetarian now, and what's your comfort food now? Your go-to comfort food?
I feel like whatever the food that I always go to when I'm hungry, but I'm not really in the mood to make anything, is cereal. Just have some cornflakes or some Rice Krispies, something bland, with some soya milk. Yeah, that's always kind of my comfort, and I look forward to eating it in the morning. So
So you said soy milk. Do you try and eliminate dairy as well?
I try my best. Most of my lunchtimes they're vegan. But yeah, I still have chocolate and pizza. I need to try harder to cut back, but I do what I can for now.
Exactly. We do what we can when we can. What made you want to become vegetarian, and how long have you been vegetarian?
I've been vegetarian since the start of uni, so 5 years, I think. And yeah, just thinking of the animals, definitely thinking about them and how a lot of them are in factory farms and things, and how it's not very nice. I would literally remember watching videos all night of animals getting hurt, which I shouldn't have done, and I would literally like cry myself to sleep thinking about it. And I'd wanted to go vegetarian for years, but my mum always worried that I wouldn't eat anything because I'm picky. She was like, "Oh no, you won't be able to do it. You won't be able to handle it, and I don't want you to get ill." So for years, I put it off, thinking, "Oh, I might get ill." But then I was like, one day, you know what, Mum, I'm doing it. And then Mum was like, "Okay then." And then I haven't turned back, and I've never been ill. But yeah, I think I was just worried because you hear horror stories like, "Oh, you won't get the nutrients you need. You won't get your protein," things like that. But yeah.
That's how I feel about people who say you won't get your protein.
Yeah, I know.
If you were to describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
Oh, interesting. I was gonna say like reserved, but that kind of sounds bad. But like quiet and just keeps to myself. Yeah, reserved. Um, Empathetic. Got a lot of empathy, and friendly maybe. Like I'm friendly to everyone. Yeah, I'll go for them 3.
I like them ones. I was creative in yours.
Yeah, no, I did think creative. Yeah, we'll add a 4th one, creative.
Creative, sunny, and compassionate would be my 3 words for you.
Oh, thank you. I thought you were going to say for yourself then. I was like, yeah.
No, yeah, for you.
Thank you.
I mean,
thank
nobody
you.
asked my opinion, but that was mine.
I like them. Sunny, that's cute. My mum definitely wouldn't say sunny when I'm angry with it.
Yeah,
But
mine
yeah.
would never say sunny either. So, Charlotte, moving on to our final question. If someone who is struggling with their mental health is watching this now, what would you like to say to them?
I'd say that you're definitely not alone. There are so many people going through similar things that you are, and that you can get help. Often a lot of people, when they're struggling, they think, "Oh, this is hopeless. I'm not going to get help." Or if I do get help, it won't be helpful, the help that I get. But no, you can definitely get help, and it can be helpful as long as you try and you put in the effort to work with whoever you're working with. You can get help and it can work. That's what I'd say.
Lovely.
Thank you for that, Charlotte.
Thank you.
And thank you, Megan.
You're welcome.
Hopefully we'll see everybody again soon. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.